Hi, my name is Matsuki. Welcome to Map Explore, Map Showcase, Map Walkthrough, whatever you want to call it. But today I'll be showing Gavutu, Red Star, and Hotel Royale, all in that order in this single video. I'd planned on doing 3 videos, but I thought the beta weekend number 2 was starting on Friday. I was wrong, so I'm getting all the walkthroughs done today. I put timestamps in the description if you guys want to skip to a specific map, but without further ado, let's begin the showcase and my little input or feedback with some tips. So, Gavutu! This map was pretty good. It's probably the most competitive and skill-based map of the 3, unless you start getting this weird spawn trap on the side of the map with the Molotov bottles on that box that I showed you at the start of this Gavutu walkthrough. One notable thing about this map though, in particular, is the moving tank inside the ship. There's a button above the deck and one below that can move the tank up and down. You won't miss the buttons, they're illuminated with a very bright green light. Next, I'd like to tell you guys that the middle lane is definitely a sniper's lane. Even in the middle of the lane, there's this sniper's watchtower on the ship. It's a pretty excellent spot, especially if you get a death machine streak. The other 2 main sniper spots at each end of the middle lane are the 2 windowed house, 3 if you want to count the side window that you can jump up to and destroy the window of. People also snipe from the right, right below that house too, even though they may be a little bit more revealed. The other side has 1 head glitch on a rock. It isn't very good, it's pretty predictable. I almost wish you could climb halfway up that tower near the rock too and just snipe from it. There's a few destructible head glitches on this ship, but I never really found them very useful. Oh, actually, this map, bring back red barrels too. The explosive kind. I could be wrong, but wasn't Modern Warfare 3 the last COD that had exploding red barrels? I know Modern Warfare 2019 had other explosive stuff, but they weren't as fun in that game. These ones, on the docks of Gavutu, are the classics. Also, there's a 2-story building beside the ship at the docks, and the upstairs is littered with windows. Honestly, I never felt that safe in there because it's easily flankable, and one whole wall was destructible. I usually take the flank along the side or get through the upper level very fast. Now, after that building, you've reached the opposite spawn point, and there's also a forest on that side as well. One thing I found myself, all me, was a rock that you could go prone in and hide from everyone. You also couldn't see players on the outside of the rock, so it was kind of balanced. You can still hear their footsteps though. Hopefully that spot is still there in weekend 2. I just hope you guys are able to experience it. I expect it to be on for the full game, of course, though. Now, starting from the Molotov side again, opposite side of the map, there is the beach and the sniper house. We're going to start with the beach. So there's not as much I can say about the beach. It's pretty open, sandy plains with an elevated bunker in the middle. The bunker's layout is sort of a 3-circle design. One circle inside the bunker, one outside the bunker, and one around the bunker at the top of the cliff. The cliff side is good for pushing the bunker as long as you can actually get up there. Also, I have seen people snipe from the Higgins boats? I think that's what they're called. Basically those boats from the COD World War II D-Day war mission, or, you know, the real life D-Day mission. The landing boats. Anywho, watch out for snipers from there. Ah, Red Star. Can I just say I'm super happy to finally get a snow map in Call of Duty with some really beautiful snowfall. Okay, so let's get the worst part of this map out of the way first. This one corner of the street, I just find it very hard to cross. I think most of the lobby dies in that spot too. The most effective way to cross, from my side, in my opinion, is usually getting on top of the roof to my left and sticking near the wall. Yes, there is cover on the roof, and you might be tempted to head glitch at it, but that cover is 100% destructible. Perhaps crossing the street near the cars and entering the office building through the sandbag entrance would be easier. I'll have to test it out myself. Anyway, in the far corner there's an alleyway and a warehouse. The warehouse is a pretty, I guess, open area. There's a lot of entrances, and there's actually a few head glitches out windows, one being from the top of a shelf in the back. I found that one out myself, it was pretty cool. But yeah, you can peek outside a window above a door. Hey, Sega. And that gives you a little view of the loading area. My kitty cat Sega's here. Anywho, past the loading area, there's an underground hideout. It kind of looks like a place civilians were using to survive during the bombing of this map. But yes, once you're down there in the underground boiler room, I think it's a boiler room, you can see that there's bunk beds and clothing hung up to dry as if there's a family living there right now. But yeah, next location we have the office. There's 2 stories, but starting with the first floor, there's a bunch of winding rooms and hallways. Not nearly as much as Hotel Royale, but the washroom feels like a room that you could get trapped in. The rest of the hallways and rooms loop around the downstairs. Now, there are huge windows at the B flag, but I never really got picked off from those windows. Don't worry about them for now. Unless, like, enemies are rushing from that direction, but you should be good. Now, the upstairs of the office can be a bit tricky to access. Often people will watch the staircase and the ladder on the outside. But once you're up, you've found this map's main power position. From this power position, you can snipe into the apartments, at the people head glitching at the theater on the opposite side of the open area, and at people spawning at the underground area. I will say this map is basically a better Piccadilly. It's a sort of map meant for rotational pushes, and lots of places overlooking the middle. The reason I say it's a perfected Piccadilly is basically because it doesn't have roads that branch off the map to like dead ends, and there's also good elevated head glitches, like more of them. If Piccadilly got rid of the weird roads that lead to dead ends and made that 2-story bookstore like accessible, the 2nd floor, like it is in the campaign, and maybe made the center of the map more open, I think that it would have been like a smaller Red Star map. It would have been pretty good. But yeah, speaking of Red Star, continuing with the flank from the underground area, you'll encounter a store building. I have no clue what that store was selling, it looks emptied, but after that store, there is the theater. Now, this theater has a beautiful Red Star chandelier overhead. That's probably where this map got its name from. But yeah, on the front side of the theater, there's some nice head glitches for countering the office and the apartments. And you can do that through some smoke. It's pretty good. And then rotating to the back side of the apartments, there are 3 entrances, but my favorite is the one that'll let you have the jump on the people on the staircase. Once at the top floor, there is a hallway with 3 rooms on the right side. Each room has a window, although for some reason some people like to snipe from the wall that is just blown up. I know it's a tempting place to snipe from, but I recommend going to the other windows and jumping up on the windowsill. Not much people expect you to be there, and you can still see a large portion of the map while still having some cover. So far, this is my favorite map. I like that it's pretty chill, actually. I would say that it's a medium-paced map that can have very fast-paced bursts of action. Jeez, that was so hard to say. Why? Now, I can see why people like this open area. I ended up picking up the sniper right here. It has a weird zoom effect, I guess. It zooms in your whole field of view instead of just the optic. I'm not sure if that's going to be a bug in Weekend 2, but I mean, hopefully that changes for full game, because I don't know, it feels really weird.
Gamer boy grabs. Gamer boy runs away like a fucking pussy, yeah.
Woo! Triple. And lastly, I'd like to mention that there's this neat little, I guess, statue, shrine, or whatever in the middle of the map. It's got children, like, frolicking, I guess, around a crocodile that's eating one of their heads. It's interesting, I like it. Lastly, there's Hotel Royale. It's kind of a clusterfuck map. It plays almost like Shipment in Assault and Blitz modes. Other than that, there isn't really much to say. I think the rooftop's a good place to take control of. Inside the building is kind of extremely hard to control, because the hallways just wind into each other, all the rooms are connected. It's very open. But yeah, I actually was surprised. I actually got some pretty decent showcasing gameplay. So yeah, enjoy. If you do, please leave a like on the video, because that tells me that you really enjoyed it, of course. And yeah, peace out, homies.